the Secretary of Affairs under Marcos for the entire time of Marcos's rule. And Romulo, that's basically the equivalent in our country of the Secretary of State. So that's the position that Dr. Casas could have had if he chose to go with Marcos. But he stood by his principles, and he opposed them. Romulo is an interesting character. If you look him up, you'll see he did a lot of amazing things with the UN. He did Pulitzer Prize winner. But all that stuff is before 1965. Because once he got into power in 1965, you had to be on board with Marcos's policies. And if you weren't, you were kind of like what happened to Dr. Casas, and we'll move on and talk about that. Okay, so Marcos, Imelda Marcos, and I'm sure you know about all the shoes she had. There's all those stories about her in the media. But she was the godmother of the ambassador to Indonesia. And I don't remember the name, but she had told the ambassador in Indonesia, you know, what is wrong with Menning? That's a nickname for Dr. Casas. She goes, what is wrong with him? You know, my husband's offered him, you know, this position. He's offered him the keys to the kingdom. What is wrong with him? And she obviously didn't read his book, because he says right here that there is no obligation for anyone getting rich, providing that in doing so, he or she does not appropriate for himself that which is or not intended for the people, especially the poor, and does not rob them of what by law of man belongs to them. So it wasn't about the money for him. Representative, it's not about the money for you. It's about serving in servant's heart and taking care of the people. So what did this cost him, though? It cost him a lot. It just didn't cost him all this money and, you know, millions of dollars and whatever you could have in a good life. He went to jail for it. And what had happened in 1971